Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Unveiling. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to Patreon, where it's $3 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, it was story time, where the orphanage manager? What would you call that person? Well, the panda in charge told the story which it predicted of, how things came to be, which was everything was in darkness and there was monsters about. Then the great Bongan came and fought the monsters and created a safe haven for all the animals to be, safe at. At which point, it was weird because, we saw one child that disappeared, and then we saw another child that disappeared, and they both look Egyptian-like and stuff like that. And then, yeah, we were coming home. We were happy because, we were like, oh no, the children hate us because we somehow have something to do with their parents dying or missing. But then children were like, we like you, Arthur, you're great. And it's like, oh, that's great. But then when you came back, Blash was like, are those our children? Like, no. And it's like, where's your parents? And we're like, my parents? And then we blacked out. And then, there's something, kind of reminds me of like Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of thing earlier on, where it's like somebody's starting to remember or something like that. Because, that somebody said their brother really loved them and was like, we need to get rid of this horse because it's making this guy remember. I don't know. But now we just woke up. And we're going to continue. We can get that CG. Hyena. Where's that face? And begin. Blash. I was stoned and snapped out of the horrible nightmare. Ouch. I touched the paw on my head, feeling a sharp pain. It took me a moment to realize I was lying on my bed. Then I looked up. Blash and Aldara were staring at me. Arthur! Aldara was startled when I screamed. Blash just smiled at me when I said his name. Are you okay, Arthur? It's glad to see that she isn't, glaring at him and having a knife to his throat because we're unconscious and stuff like that. Aldara took my paw and rubbed my hair. Yes, I said, still with the pain in my head. What happened? You fainted. Fainted? I thought it was time to sleep, and Arthur was dreaming. Blash looked at Aldara in confusion. Aldara sighed in annoyance, and it turned attention to me, completely ignoring Blash. I looked out the window, and instead of orange sunset I was expecting, the sky was blue. Is it daytime already? I almost jumped out of my bed. Don't worry, I think you were very tired yesterday, and you passed out because your body needed rest. She smiled a little nervously. You didn't tell me that he fainted. From the pen? Shh! Aldara put her finger to Blash's lips to silence him. Blash understood instantly. Oh, it's true. You said to keep a secret that Arthur had panic attacks sometimes, and not to mention to Arthur that you told me about it. So he's basically a crunk, pure of heart, hot of bod, dumb of ass. Don't worry, I'll keep the secret. Blash nodded. Aldara placed her paw on his face and stretched it out. I don't think you could be any more stupid. Of course I can. Blash smiled proudly at her, as if it were a compliment. I'm going to... I couldn't help but laugh at how ridiculous Aldara and Blash were acting. At least I know you're okay. I need a glass of water. Aldara walked towards my kitchen, tired of continuing to argue with Blash. How do you feel, Arthur? Blash looked at me curiously. I don't know why I like it so much when he asked me that. I'm good, thank you. I looked at Blash with some pity as he smiled at me. I'm sorry you had to see that. See what? You know, the panic attack. It must have been very strange for you. You probably think I'm weird. Aldara said I was weird too. Isn't that a good thing? No, see, sometimes animals get uncomfortable because of things that seem unusual.
Oh.
Like how Aldara said that you usually breathe quickly and then faint. She told me it was a secret. I still don't know what that means. I couldn't help but laugh. He's so innocent sometimes. Yes, I do weird things sometimes. I guess that does make me pretty weird. I said, crestfallen. I like being weird if you are too, Arthur. I looked at him with surprise. How does he always know what to say to make me feel good? Blash placed his paw on my head and started petting it. What are you doing? Aldara was doing this while you were sleeping. I think it makes you feel better, right? My heart started beating faster, and I was feeling a warm sensation in my whole body. Yes, I see you're already feeling much better, Arthur. Aldara was leaning against the doorframe, looking slightly irritated. When did you get back? Quickly, I yanked Blash's paw away from my head. Aldara, how's your water? Very wet? Thanks for asking. She was looking at me like I was stupid for asking such a dumb question. Okay, now that Arthur is awake. She approached us with an annoyed face. Mr. Horse, I'm gonna talk to Arthur in private. Blash nodded, but didn't actually move. That means just Arthur and me. She was getting visibly angrier. You can wait in the kitchen if you'd like. Blash nodded, a little scared, and walked out of the room. That horse is testing my patience. His name is Blash. What? Yesterday, we found his name. It's tattooed on his back. Yeah, Arthur, I'm not exactly sure if that's his actual name. Blash. That doesn't sound familiar at all. She commented thoughtfully. Anyway, I assume that was his name because you shouted as soon as you woke up. I blushed a little. Arthur, I know what's happening between you and your Blash. You cannot fall in love with him. My body tingled and my face burned as soon as I heard that. What? I'm not falling in love. Arthur, we've known each other for 20 years. I think I can tell when you're into someone. I have no idea what you're talking about. Quit kidding around. Aldara sighed tiredly. Look, whatever's going on in your head, you cannot get attached to him. Arthur, we don't know who this guy is. We don't know what he is or what's capable of. Those scars on his body indicate he fought very often. Yeah, I know. I'm just helping, that's all. Also, just side note, if the story is true, doesn't that mean that our little area is the only place in the entire world that there's animals safely? Wouldn't it be good if, like, when the animals came from outside and wasn't immediately attacked by the Great Bongan or something? I don't know how he would, figure out what's shadow, because shadows can look like, regular animals. Yeah, no, I'm just helping it's all. Do you think you're helping by leaving your house without my supervision? I gulped and looked down. Do you realize that everyone in town is talking about you now? That everyone in town's talking about you now? I looked at her scared. What? Yesterday, some of my guards told me that 3 animals were screaming in horror about a shadow monster roaming the town. Oh no, it was those 3 who were harassing us yesterday. Obviously, those things don't exist, So we didn't even take it seriously until they said that you were running around with that monster. She looked at me with half-lidded eyes. And then I showed up at your house, sick with worry, to find you passed out with Blash carrying you in his arms. He... What? I stammered, blushing. Focus! She raised her voice. Now, I have to figure out how to explain your little friend Blash to the whole town, because everyone is so obsessed with your house and what you're doing. She looked very frustrated. I'm sorry, Andy, or Aldi. Do not use that name. You know I can't stay mad when you call me that, and I'm not in the mood for it. She crossed her arms. Sorry. But really, I promise it's for something very important, and I wasn't going to leave Blash alone at home. What was so important that you had to take him with you to the town orphanage? How do you know that's where we went? Blash told me. Or something like that. And we played hide and seek. I see.
Oh.
So I hid behind a tree, but I didn't do it very well. I see.
Oh.
Then Arthur found me, and I lost. I see. And then the children shouted, "Hooray!" at us. I see.
Hmm?
What is hooray? I don't want to talk about it. Just tell me. She looked very frustrated. I wanted to help you find out information for Blash, and Naomi was the first one who came to mind to ask. And she's one of the few animals in town who's actually nice to me. I intentionally leave out the details about the festival and that bag with the stupidly large amount of money. I'll wait to tell her when she's less upset and stressed out. I promise you, I was careful as possible so that no one saw us. We went down the side street, and I covered a suddenly I forgot his name. Blage's face. Covered up his face. Sorry, I got a herp. Covered up his face. Arthur, Blash, told me you made his whole outfit for him. Tell me he's joking. He's not. I looked away, a little embarrassed. Since when do you know the first thing about sewing or fashion? I didn't answer. Man remained silent. Well, I don't know. It just happened. That's why why is it so important? I don't know how to answer, and I don't even know I did that. Arthur, ever since that horse showed up, you've been acting really different. It's kind of different. Like, I know that, he's definitely been acting different since he's been having, like, panic attacks, or at least stuff happening every day. But I find the fact that it's like, how did he know how to sew? It's like, it's so weird. All of a sudden you know how to sew? Next thing you know how to do kung fu. How can he say that when he's only been with us for a couple of days? I processed it again. It's her exaggeration. A couple of days in which you had a fit of anger to save him. You left your home, which you never do without me accompanying you. And you create an entire outfit out of nothing without my any knowledge of sewing. Like, I mean, the first part, that just seems reasonable-ish. The second part is like, I don't know. You can also explain that the third part is like, it is kind of weird, but still, it's like, how do you get, I don't know. And speaking the language I've never heard before, what is voila? What are you hiding from me? The way she raised her voice with so much anger made me clutch the sheets in fear. When Aldi realized, she looked scared too. Arthur, no. I didn't mean to. She sighed and approached me. I'm so sorry for yelling at you. She sat on the edge of my bed. You finally had the courage to go out without me, and all I can do is yell at you. I'm the worst. She lowered her ears. You have to forgive me. Yesterday, I couldn't sleep at all because I was worried about you. I think it's got me in a bad mood. She looked down, a little tired. Despite everything, she's right. There's definitely something weird about me lately. I looked at her for a moment, and she just sat there silently, racked with regret. She's really struggling, and takes such good care of me. I know this is a lot for both of us. Disappearances, strange events, Flash, the festival, her father, security, and the town. But I took her paw, and Aldara slowly looked up at me. She should know she has my support. It's okay, Aldi. You know, I can't be mad at you. I imitated her tone of voice. She rolled her eyes and smiled for a moment. Thank you. After a long sigh, she continued. Yeah. It bothers me that, even after all my guards that I've introduced you to, you got attached to stupid Haas. She pouted in annoyance. Stupid Haas? You talk about not getting attached, and you already gave him a nickname. And you don't give nicknames to just anyone. I looked at her with a proud smile. Don't try and turn the situation around on me. She blushed a little. I used nicknames to annoy my guards. Then, in a single instant, Aldara was startled and looked at me with surprised eyes. That's it! She quickly got up from my bed and paced across the room. What? Maybe. I can put it in like a... Sure! Aldara? Although... that would mean having to deal with him. Aldara? But it's a good plan. I really have no choice. Aldara... And this is where you come in. She pointed at me. Come into what? Woo? I have a plan. Trust me. She sounds so sure of herself. I'm gonna fix this problem, and you'll still get to keep your end of the deal. She held up 2 fingers in front of me. Do you remember the condition number 2 of our agreement? Oh no. The one about going out to train? Get up. It's time to get in shape. I swallowed. Ooh. Yay. I said lamely. We also take stupid Haas. And speaking of him, he's been very... We both looked at each other, scared by the sudden commotion coming from the kitchen. Aldara quickly ran towards the kitchen. What did you do? What's this mess? I want to make breakfast like Arthur. I heard her screams all the way from my room. Breakfast? What? How did you get an egg on the ceiling? I don't know. The kitchen... Also... Oh, damn. Now there's another CG that I'm gonna have to pick. That's it. Move your legs. Arthur, you're falling behind. I know that feeling. I'm going to die. Help. I'm hungry now. I hope there's not much further. We've still a long way to go. Aldara. I was trying to get their attention with what little essence of life was left in my body. Aldara stopped, and Blash did the same as I gasped and felt like dying breaths. What felt like dying breaths. Arthur, we've only been running for 2 minutes. Now define running. Are we meaning like 6 miles an hour? Or mean 10 miles an hour? Though that is, I guess, I would want to look. What is the definition of running? Okay, how fast is running? So about 6 miles an hour? Jogging is generally paced between 4 and 6. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm bored now. Okay. She looked disappointed at me. 2? Only 2? Why am I wet? Is it raining? Blanche looked at the beads of sweat all over his fur. I think I'll rest for a while. Are you gonna give up just like that? Arthur doesn't give up, right? Arthur, you can do it. I don't know if Blanche is saying that to contradict Aldara or because he really believes in me. But his words made me feel very good. Now, I have to do it. I can't give up. Yes. Yes, I can. Wow, for a live cat such as himself, he is really out of shape. Look at you. You're so injured. Kino. You don't have to do all these things for me. Okay, so Kino was that, like, Egyptian-looking boy at the thing. Because I'm gonna die anyway. Huh? As soon as I opened my eyes, I was stunned to see Blanche's face so close to mine. The wind blowing through every strand of his luscious mane made him look so majestic and handsome. Where am I? Am I dreaming? Then I noticed Blanche was carrying me. Blanche just holding me in his big, strong arms. Wait, he's doing what? I was petrified. What do I do? 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 Relax, Arthur. It's not what you're thinking. He's just carrying you around because you fainted. It's nothing special. Nothing special at all. He's just holding you. So close. With your bodies pressed together. His shampoo smells so good. I mean, it's still the same your shampoo. And his sweat. I should tell him to put me down, but I could just stay with him like this. Looking at him. Admiring how handsome he is. Oh, Arthur, you're awake. How do you feel? It's kind of funny how it's like majestic. Oh, hey, how's it going? Blanche looked at me, his hair still flowing in the wind, and his face lit up with small beads of sweat. Meow. What, you're not gonna purr? What stupid sound came out of my mouth? When I looked over, I saw Aldara on the other side of Blanche, jogging us. I jumped out of Blanche's arms. Ouch. I fell straight up to the ground. As I was grumbling in pain, my paw appeared in front of me. Are you okay, Arthur? Blanche put his paw close for me to take. I hesitated to take his paw, but I didn't want to reject his kindness. Suddenly, another paw forcibly grabbed mine and lifted me up. I'll take care of the princess now. Hey, don't call me that! I wanted Blanche to pick me up. Princess? Ready to continue, Your Majesty? Stop making fun of me, Aldara. Excuse me, what name did we agree on? Stop making fun of me, Pretty Panther. Much better. Shall you keep running, Pretty Panther? Aldara's attention snapped back to Blanche, who, with a look of disgust, Don't you dare call me that. It's fucking weird. Aldara jammed a finger into the horse's chest for emphasis. Thank you. Arthur and I are weird. He smiled proudly. Aw. Seriously. I don't know if I can deal with you. Aldara looks super mentally drained. Where are we going? I'm already very tired. I brush myself off while complaining. We're almost there. Just a few more minutes. I don't want to keep running. I don't know how much more of this I could take. Don't give up so easily. Aldara pinched my cheek, pulling on it to urge me to continue. But don't worry, Arthur. If you fall asleep again, I can carry you in my arms. Blash made his heroic pose and flicked his bulging muscles. You're drilling a bit. I looked at Aldara instantly. Aldara, I'm ready to do this. Suddenly, I'm full of determination. Wait. I ran as fast as I could. Last one there's a rotten egg, I yelled. What the? Blash sprang into action as soon as he heard me say rotten egg and ran after me. What's wrong with you two? Aldara followed after us. Well, he's found his determination. As soon as I felt like my body couldn't take it anymore, I jumped to the floor to sit and rest. And of course, when I want to pass out on purpose, so that Blanche can pick me up, my body is in perfect running condition. It's like when he wants to faint, so to be carried, his body is actually, working. How ironic. But seriously, where did I get so much strength to run? Well, it's not that surprising at this point. Blast right sorrowfully after and stopped in front of me. We did it. Now, we're not rotten eggs. Yeah. I laughed between gasps of exhaustion. What's gotten into you two? Aldara arrived last, understandably upset. Sorry. Blash inched closer to her with a mischievous smile. Why are you looking at me like that? You came last. Now, you're the rotten egg. Blash scoffed. What? I got up and stood next to Blash. Sorry, those are the rules, Pretty Panther. I played along with Blash. Or do I mean Pretty Smelly Panther? Got him! Oh, I actually kind of want to make that a, short. I showed her my tongue. I'm glad Blash liked my stupid sense of humor. It's so nice not to be the butt of the joke all the time. I looked at Aldara, hoping she would join in on her silliness, but instead she looked away sadly. Immediately, I stopped laughing and approached her. Oh, I'm kind of wondering if she's she's our best friend. Well, she is. And then, Mr. Haas comes into the picture and she feels kind of like the third wheel all of a sudden. I feel that. Aldara, it was just a joke. Come this way, she commanded with an annoyed tone and walked forward. We followed her while Blash continued laughing at a silly joke. I think with us, in an area, which is kind of a new scene, that's a good time to call it. I'm kind of wondering if I should just smidgen this down. Just a smidge. Boop. Okay. So, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. I mean, I guess if it's in Spanish and they say adios, then that's fine. But that's the thing. Was adios supposed to be normal, or was that in a different language? Because voila is not particularly too much of a different language. Idlam was different language. So, it's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So, please comment, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise, if you like me, YouTube, and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that grow. And please remember the main animals that control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and are get the news version earlier, you can go to Patreon. It's $3 a month. And until next time, let's say Me, GamerWolfSix, of Unveiling, a game that I still have to use a couple more brain cells than I usually need to not say unraveling or dyslexia. So thanks and see ya.